Okay, so I'm going to go over your culminating task. Okay, your culminating is a little bit different than you've probably done before. I'll go over it and I'll give you some examples. You can email me questions as we go. So this is posted as well in your D2L Dropbox, not Dropbox, your digital binder. Okay, so you're going to make a little portfolio for me. So for your final assessment of the course, you create a portfolio. You need to respond to 3 of the following prompts. Okay, respond to the prompt. Demonstrate understanding several big ideas and success criteria of the course. Okay, so essentially, I want you to pick 3 of these prompts, or you can even tell me a different prompt, and create a Google Slides / PowerPoint if you want, a written note, a video, any way you want to present the information, I'm perfectly fine with. You make a YouTube video of you teaching it, something like that. But you have lots of different ideas here. For example, what's something that you didn't know before the course that you know now? How did you learn it, and how does it relate to the idea of the course? Okay, so let's say you didn't know what z-score was. You could describe how you know z-score. Let's say you didn't know standard deviation. What's standard deviation? How do you apply it, and so on and so forth. You could pull a news study. Okay, so you could look at a news story. You can look at like polling and describe what the margin of error is, because that's what we used. That's what we discussed in Unit 1. You could talk about something you found difficult. Prompt 3 here, which could be something like, understanding permutations, combinations, or maybe there's some probability item there. So you just pick any of these, and you can present it however you wish. With a slideshow, with a written note, you can do a screencast, you can do anything you want. Okay? So you can connect it with the big ideas if possible, right? Oops. So like connect it, okay, here's what, like for, let's go with 3. Permutations, combinations, right? Can we count numbers, possibilities happening? You can connect it there. You can connect with the big ideas of probability and so on and so forth. Okay? More importantly, here's some examples. Now, these are a couple of examples here, my best examples I've got over the years. Now, if I'm going to say something is, if you don't think you have enough, you don't. If you think you have enough, you don't. I want you to go in depth with everything. Show off how much you know. Show how you can apply it. Don't just do something quick. Show it deeply, as deep as you can. That's what all these show here, is it goes deep into the information. So what's something you didn't know before the course, right? So this person did standard deviation. Okay. So the first slide here, they did about what kind of standard deviation mean. What's a small standard deviation versus a larger standard deviation. Okay. They also go into, they show examples, multiple examples of low standard deviation, high standard deviation here. Okay. So that's how they kind of explain standard deviation. The basic idea of standard deviation, they connected it with a normal curve. Okay. These are 3 different people. Here's a box and whisker plot. What's something we didn't know before class? So they made a note of how to do box and whisker plot. They showed it, but then they also went into depth about what it means and explaining everything through. Okay, it's not just 1 or 2 slides. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 slides. Okay. This one here, describe a learning experience you had with another student. And they go through the movie assignment and how movie assignment helped clean stuff up with that. Okay. So when you do this, make sure you go into depth with it. Okay. Go all the way through, talk about things, and explain along those lines. All right. So if you have any questions, please email me. Please share with me your first prompt, and I'll give feedback to you. Okay. I'll set a deadline for feedback. Check your email, and I'll set a deadline for when I will stop giving feedback. But if you send me a prompt before that feedback date, I'll look at it. I'll give you some feedback so how you can improve it. Okay. Hopefully it's a more interesting one, but it gets so I can see